Hello everyone and welcome to Grace Hollow. Can you believe it's been a whole month? Hello Rocky. Barred Rockaroo. It has been a whole month. It is time to clean nest boxes and put in nest boxes again. But before I do that, we got a lot to go through. There is so much going on. I'm going to divide this up into 3 different videos. First I'm going to go through and I'm going to show you the does that I have. And then I'm going to come back and show you all the bucks that I have. I have way too many bucks. I've got to sell some. And then I'm going to come back and show you all the babies. And we have babies everywhere. We have 4-week-old babies, we have 8-week-old babies, and we have 12-week-old babies. So, we're just going to have to break this up because this is going to be a very long video. So, without any further ado, let's go through and show you the brood does. Foxy, and she is obviously a red doe. She came out of Missouri. She's with the Rums Buns. It's where she's from. I was supposed to have bred her, but I think she wouldn't lift. She still had a litter on her when I tried to breed her. And if I remember correctly, she did not breed. I'll have to look at my list. But she just weaned some 8-week-old litter last week. So she is ready to be rebred, and I'll be doing that at the first of the month. Here we have J6. J6... I've mentioned before, but I'm just going to go through all this again for those that may have missed in previous videos. J6 is out of Texas. She came from T-Squares Rabbitry, and she currently has a litter on her. She has a litter of 6 reds, and J6, if I remember correctly, is bred to sorrel. So these are sorrel sired babies, and they are 4 weeks old. She had 7, but 1 got trampled during a thunderstorm, so she now has 6. Here we have Ozark. I purchased Ozark from a friend that lives here in Missouri. She actually lives in the Ozark area. That's why I named this doe Ozark. She originally came from Rums Buns, though, and we are happy to have her. She is bred... I think she's bred to Pine Bluff, so she'll be getting a nest box in the next, and then today or tomorrow. We have our last red doe. This is She Devil, and she currently has a litter of red does, or red kits on her. I think she only has 3, and she was bred to sorrel. So she's got 3 sorrel sired kits, and I have not sexed them, but they are 4 weeks old. So it'll be another 3 to 3.5 weeks before they're weaned. And She Devil is my last red doe. We will now move to the broken red does. Here is Fargo. And Fargo, she had a litter of 6. She had 2 solid reds, and she had 4 Charlies. As some of you may know, I have the awfulest luck with red Charlies. All 4 of her Charlies died, and then she had 2 kits, and we had some severe storms recently, and she did trample 1 of them, so she only has 1 red kit left. I lost 2 kits on that night that we had the high winds, and we had a little bit of wind damage here and there, but it certainly scared these does to high heaven. And Fargo stomped 1 of hers, and J6 stomped 1 of hers. So that's the only 2 I lost in the storm, but that was too many. Fargo is a homebred doe. She's out of Bazooka Joe, and a doe that Wilby's Rabbitry used to have. She was my pick out of the litter. And here's Luann, and Luann is also a Bazooka Joe daughter, and her mother was Paprika. She is bred, I believe she's bred back to Dad. So she'll be getting a nest box today or tomorrow. And look at that belly. Man, she looks like she has a big litter. Her last litter, unfortunately, she lost. She had them all on the wire, and I tried to save them, and it didn't work out. But her last litter, she had 11. And if you look at that belly, I wouldn't doubt 1 minute if she had that many again. Alright, and here is Bella Vista. Bella Vista is also a homegrown girl. She's out of Bazooka Joe and Morning Star, if you remember her. She had a litter earlier this month. I do not remember breeding her, but she did have a litter. She had a litter of 13, and they were all born on the wire, and we lost all of them. That was human error for not keeping up with the breeding. I just don't remember breeding her. Here's Rosie, and Rosie's getting on up in age. She's like 3.5 years old now. So she will be reaching the end of her breeding cycle very soon. And she currently has a litter of 4 on her. She was bred to my Grand Champion Broken Black Buck, Bigelow. And she has 3 brokens. And I think these are all broken stills. And then she has the still kit here. And then she has 2 that's this color, and this is just a very neat color, I think. I don't know if this is just a lighter steel. It kind of looked chinchilla to me. Let me see it. It looks like a chinchilla color to me. But I'm really not sure whether to call that steel, chestnut, or if it really is chinchilla. But it's a beautiful color. If one of these is a doe, I might keep it. Oh no, we'll see. We'll see what it looks like when it matures. Here we have Mustang Sally. And Mustang Sally is currently bred. And I believe she is bred to Bazooka Joe. So she'll be getting her nest box real soon. Here is a new girl. And this girl really doesn't belong over here. Right now she's taking the cage space allotted for my 4th broken red. She is a broken blue, and this is the first time you've met her, I believe. And she has 6 kits. They're 4 weeks old, and her name is Dardanelle, but I call her Nellie. And she came from Northern Illinois. I am very pleased to have this lady with us. She had 6 kits. She's got 1 solid blue. Let's see if I can get these guys to move around so you can see them. Okay, and then she has a solid black. Then she has 4 Charlies. I think these 2 are black Charlies. And I think that one, I'm not sure on that one. That one can go either way, either a black or a blue. I'm not real sure. But this other one, I think, is a blue Charlie. Okay, there's the other one. I'm pretty sure that one's a blue Charlie. That is it for this side of the barn. This is what I call the red side of the brood barn. You'll notice Morning Star and her sister Evening Shade both have been sold, and they have stayed here in Arkansas. I've also sold Cherry Valley, and Cherry Valley went to Wisconsin, and I sold her sister Mountaintop, and Mountaintop went to Mississippi. I also sold Dora. So, let's go to the other side of the barn, which I call the black side of the barn. We have Helena, and Helena is a beautiful doe. She has 2 legs, and she got big enough that I quit showing her and I started breeding her. I've bred her 4 times, and she's only had 1 litter, and in that 1 litter, she only had 2 kits. So, I think she's rebred, or maybe she's scheduled to be bred this weekend. I'm not quite sure, but we're going to keep giving her. I'm going to give her 1 more try and see what happens with the next breeding. Helena is Bloomer, and Bloomer is the mother to Bigelow and Biggers. No, she's not. I thought she was the mother to Noble, but she's not. That was Hallie. the same mother as Helena. Anyway, this is Bloomer, and she just weaned. No, she hasn't been bred in a while. She's getting on up in age, and I've tried to breed her the last 3 months, and she wouldn't lift. I'm going to give her another try this weekend, and we'll see what happens with her. Next we have 56, and 56 is just chilling out today. She just weaned 8 black kits. She had 6 does and 2 bucks. 56 came from Bucksthorn's Rabbitry, and we've been really pleased with her. She also has 2 legs, and then she developed a small, tiny white spot on her cheek. So I quit showing her and started breeding her. And here we have Mina, and Mina has, I believe she has her 3 legs. I think she has enough legs to qualify for Grand Champion. She is out of RPR's Rabbitry out of Missouri, and I'm very pleased to have her. She is bred for the first time due in the next few days. Then we have Biggers, and Biggers has Grand Championed, and she has her certificate. She just had her first litter, and she had 4. Yeah, she had 4, and she's getting ready to have her second litter. No, she just had her second litter. I just weaned her second litter, so she's getting ready to have her third litter. By the way, Biggers is a homegrown girl. She was sired by Ink, and her mother is Bloomer. And then here's Daisy. She is a sister to 56, and she, I believe, she has her 3 legs. I think she's eligible for Grand Championship. After she got her 3 legs, I went ahead and started breeding her. She was 9.5 pounds, so she didn't quite reach the minimal 10-pound for senior weight yet, but she was only 6 months old. So by now that she's had her litter and weaned them, you can look at her. There is no doubt she has met her 10-pound. So she will go to the registrar really soon and get her registration papers and her Grand Champion. We have Dixie. And Dixie actually come out of the Strunk and Thornton Rabbitry. She came to me as a brood doe. However, she does have 2 show legs. And she's been rubbing her face on the feeders, what she's been doing. She's missing some fur on her forehead. Look at that. Doesn't that look awful? Anyway, Dixie had a litter with us earlier this month, and she had them all on the wire. So she will be up to be rebred here. Right, and next to Dixie, we have Noble, and you all know Noble. She's got several Grand Champion legs. However, she cannot be registered, and she cannot receive her Grand Championship because she only has half a pedigree. Now, Noble is out of Hallie, who is Helena's mom, and she's also out of my former blue buck, St. Charles. St. Charles was not pedigreed, and that's why she only has half a pedigree. Currently, I am counting her as my 4th broken black doe. So right now I am full on broken black does, but if I find one that I really super like, I can bump her down and count her as a broken blue, because she is a blue carrier. Doe, Allie, and she is fully pedigreed, and I believe she's bred. I think she's due in a few days. I hope so, because she's finally starting to put her weight back on. She raised that last litter, and boy, they just really milked her out pretty good. And so it took her a little while to regain her weight, and she's just now back up. Paragold, and Paragold is, man, she's really milked down. These 2 girls, they both raised a litter. They didn't do very well at maintaining their condition. They milked out pretty quickly. So Paragold is going to have a month off to regain her condition and get her weight back up. She's not horribly bad, but I certainly don't want to rebreed her until she gets her weight back up. For the brood barn, that's all we have currently. We have a couple of white does growing up who will have to move into the brood barn here in a couple months. So I got a couple months to put a cage in for the 2 of them. And then I have an open slot for a broken red doe, and I have a open slot for a broken blue doe. Now maybe Noble will fill the broken blue and I'll find a different broken black. I don't know. I'm not sure how I'm going to go about that. Or maybe, if I'm lucky, this Charlie blue will grow up and be a really nice doe, and maybe I'll keep her for my broken blue. We'll see what happens. That's it. Thanks for watching. God bless. Let's move on to the bucks.